The crazy thing about this situation, we been knew that they was telling on Lil Durk. It's nothing that they said that we didn't already expect. We knew Lil Durk homies was telling on him. When you look at it, it makes it more worse for his co-defendants and him because they can still come back and try to charge them with the stuff that they told on. I want y'all to know they signed a proffer agreement and they literally sat there and turned on Dirk. But you gotta understand this is what comes with the street life. Lil Durk was trying to get everybody to be this type of hey, you gotta be street, you gotta be gangster, you gotta keep it solid for people and you have a family at home, but you have to keep it solid for your homies. Man, don't nobody care about that, man. I say you're supposed to put your family first, put God second. You're supposed to put God first, put your family second, and you gotta really look at the fact that your friends ain't gonna be there for you when you really need them. You see how they just turned on the dirt. Lil Durk is one of the main ones who kept telling people, yeah, man, you got to do it this way. Steady talking about death and this music and doing all this and doing that. When we already know for a fact, a lot of them people, they done died and stuff like that. And he ain't taking care of the family or the kids and nothing like that. So it goes to show you how karma worked. Karma came right back around on him. He actually thought he was gonna actually be able to mold these street guys into doing what he want them to do under the street pretense of, oh, you a street guy, you can't tell, you can't do this, you can't do that. When we all know for a fact that you cannot sit there and try to take people from their family, telling them to keep it solid so that they can stay locked up for doing a crime that you paid them to commit. Man, it's sad, man, but this is how my city is, man. We already know for a fact it was gonna get worse for Lil Durk, but now we're gonna actually see how Lil Durk gonna fold. Ain't nothing he could do, nothing he could pray to, nowhere he can go, and everything is gonna unfold. And that man definitely doing 100% life after this. I noticed a lot of people getting their receipts from other people's videos and stuff like that. So I would like to shout out this YouTube I just found out about, and I'm gonna play the video that he posted confirming the receipts on what happened with Lil Durk. So we're gonna jump right into it.
Guys, there was a hearing for Lil Durk's situation today, and the paperwork is just circulated on Reddit, and it's not looking too good. It hasn't got to the point where they've officially added additional murder charges to him, but it does appear to suggest that they actually do intend to file more murder charges, apparently murder in aid of racketeering charges, and this is all basically in response to Didi's motion to kind of sever and, you know, separate himself from Durk's situation, and the feds are saying absolutely not, and now they're releasing more surveillance footage that shows that Didi was very much involved. They've actually got surveillance footage of the killers of Lil Pab basically kicking it in In-N-Out Burger right after the murder while Lil Pab's body was getting pulled out of the shot up Escalade in the middle of the street. These guys were all together getting an In-N-Out, and Didi was there, and ain't no severance. All of that talk of like, oh no, he ain't really not have nothing to do with the planet. Nah, you there with the killers getting a burger. So this is very, very bad. Okay. So this is what's just come out, okay? It says the government responds to OTF Didi's application for bond reconsideration today in court, and I did know they were having a court date today. It says the government informed the defense that the additional charge they intend to file is murder in aid of racketeering and conspiracy to commit stalking, okay? So they said they really got these dudes 45 minutes later laughing at an In-N-Out or Five Guys. When the government wants you, they will find you. So this is what they said. It says defendant Didi application for bond reconsideration is premised on the government's decision to bring additional murder charges arising from the execution-style murder that the defendant and his co-conspirators committed on August 19th. Defendant... Now, what's interesting here, it says they're planning to bring additional murder charges from the execution-style murder the defendant and his co-conspirators committed. That's confusing, because that makes me think that... That's weird, because that just makes me think that, like, that doesn't suggest that they're actually going to put the Stefan Mack murder on him. It suggests that they're going to put more charges from the murder related to the murder on Dee. So it says defendant falsely suggests his role in the LA murder is materially subordinate to every other charged defendant. Both arguments lack merit and should be rejected. Indeed, the facts before the court only strengthen the case for detention. Defendant allegedly committed the charged murder while released on bond facing separate murder charges in Chicago. Defendant was later acquitted of that conduct, but his criminal history, including pending state charges for aggravated unlawful use of a weapon, established his continued dangerousness. Dangerousness, a bit of a weird word to use. Is that actually... Is dangerousness a real word? It appears to be a real word. So this is defendant's leadership role in the charged murder further supports denying his request for bond reconsideration. Defendant is charged with recruiting other hitmen to travel across the country to hunt and kill Quando Rondo, a rival of Durk. Defendant and the other hitmen traveled to California to carry out the brazen premeditated gang murder. Once they arrived, defendant and his co-conspirators used 2 vehicles to track and stalk Quando from the night of August 18th till the afternoon of August 19th when the murder occurred, specifically after tracking the rival to a busy gas station in Beverly Hills. And it says 3 of the defendant's co-conspirators opened fire with multiple firearms, including a machine gun, missing their intended target and murdering Savia Robinson, aka Lil Pab. Now, here's where things get a little bit spicy, okay? And I'm a little bit confused why this is kind of such lower quality compared to this one. That is a little bit sus, if you ask me. But anyway, it says surveillance video shows less than 45 minutes later, while SR's bullet-riddled body was being removed from a vehicle, defendant was ordering food and laughing with his co-conspirators as depicted in the screenshot below. This is not a close case. The evidence of the defendant's guilt is significant and includes testimony from multiple witnesses, text messages showing defendant recruited others to help commit the crime, and other evidence showing defendant's leadership role in the alleged gang enterprise. Defendant's willingness to commit murder while on pre-trial release for murder shows a complete disregard for the law and establish he poses an extraordinary danger to the community. Contrary to the defendant's position, the government's decision to bring new charges, 1, alleging additional murder and violent crimes committed by the defendant's gang enterprise, is not met.
We actually finna see how the streets turn upside down. We finna actually see how you can't trust nobody. Even if you grew up with them, you see what OTF Jam did. He not can. And he trying to actually knock off every single person that was with them. You see what I'm saying? That's bogus. Like at the end of the day, he trying to knock off people from even talking about it. Like he feel more heated about being called a snitch when he brought this upon himself. We knew that it was gonna come to this, but everything on the smooth surface ain't what it seemed. We know for a fact exactly what's gonna happen behind this. They thought that it was just gonna be one and done. They thought that they was gonna do what they gotta do. Go ahead and hit up Lil Pab, hit up Quando Rondo now. Go ahead, get into it with NBA Youngboy and the rest of them in California. Like y'all can't do that. Y'all in a whole nother city, man. Y'all ain't even in y'all own city. And look what happened. Now we know for a fact that you can move out your own city and still get into some mess. But when you bring the guys from the city out to a whole nother state that don't play no games, like, come on now, man. You did all that just to throw your life away, man, for nothing. I want y'all to hit the like button, y'all, if y'all feel that. Look, Durk, he threw his life away. Hit the Cash App, Street Blogs for LTV. I want y'all to know this sad, man, but Lil Durk, he will face the harsh reality of trying to turn people into his like soldiers or anything like that. We gonna see how Lil Durk, that man gonna break down, man. He gonna break down when he get them years. Y'all gonna hear it. We all gonna see it. It's all gonna happen right in front of our eyes. But Lil Durk, he in for a rude awakening because you cannot go out here thinking that you can turn on somebody's light and then turn it off. Like, come on now. I think one of the main reasons why they even trying to convict him because OTF Didi, he's trying to get out of the trial, even though they caught him and they released multiple angles and evidence that he had something to do with it. Now, keep in mind, this is like something that the feds picked up. They trying to charge him with racketeering, stalking, and a couple more other things. But we all see how it's unfolding. It's not going as the way that they planned it. And regardless of what we say and what we do, Lil Durk is cooked. He can't do anything about what they already did. They already done made their bed. Now they gotta lay in it.